Alright, what is up, folks? Today is Fold It Friday, August 4th, 2017. My name is Patrick, also known as Socrates, and welcome to Sock's Lab. So today we got the lab coat back, and my goggles on my neck this time. I don't want it kind of sweating up my forehead over here. So anyways, today we've got a new puzzle type to go over and lots to do. But first, let's get some housekeeping out of the way. So today's puzzle is going to be puzzle 1412, Sketchbook Puzzle Unsolved.
Resub.
Oh my! Thank you for the resub, Luff. Today's puzzle is going to be Sketchbook Puzzle Unsolved De Novo Freestyle 105. This flavor text reads, "Focus on your early game as we revisit Puzzle 1381, Unsolved De Novo Freestyle 105. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. In this sketchbook puzzle, you have 250 moves at your disposal. Once you use them up, you can reset and try something else. And then listed below is the protein sequence, the amino acid sequence, which I'm not about to read out because we don't really need that right now. But anyways, we've got plenty to talk about this week on Sock's Lab. So we're going to talk about the new puzzle type, how it's working, how things are working out, and is it fun? That's a big thing, isn't it? It is a game, after all. We're also going to talk a little bit of game balance, and some of my notes on that. I'm going to compare and contrast some other puzzle games to Fold It and see what can be maybe taken from, or what could be avoided even, from other puzzle games. And also, I'm also going to rant about some controls again, because I actually already started folding this puzzle earlier in the week when sketchbook puzzles were just released. So, yeah, I've got I've formulated some thoughts based on my first impressions off stream. It's surprising, right? I actually played this game off stream for once, but yeah, that's gonna be a thing. If any of you folks have just followed or are catching this live and wondering where my Splatoon content is, don't worry, I'm gonna be streaming during Splatfest later tonight after I got some more chores to do. Hashtag Team Mayo. But anyways, that's unrelated to our protein folding here. As always, if you have questions about the content or anything that's going on screen, feel free to ask me. I will explain it as best I can in as relatable terms as I can, but also the most accurate terms so that you learn something today. What else do we have here? So, as always, the music playing in the background is from ocremix.org. They have a bunch of video game remixes, ranging from jazz to metal to whatever suits your fancy. So try to find your favorite game there and see if you can catch some of those tunes. They're really good music in general, even if you don't like games at all. And they're all free to download. And the way we are playing music through this stream, it is powered by ocr.rainwave.cc. Rainwave is an online radio station dedicated to broadcasting video game music of all kinds, actually. They've got OSTs, they've got other covers and remixes, and of course they've got a dedicated OC remix channel that is stream safe for you to use if you guys need background music for your stream. So go check them out, ocr.rainwave.cc. You can also vote on the next track that's going to be played. I do not have it up, so that's up to you guys to break the votes for me if you want to. But yeah, there's plenty of good stuff up there, and you can see where the music comes from, which game it's from, and all that. So without further ado, let's go into our main view here and enter the lab. Whoosh! There's the puzzle menu here. Let's give that a little load. Yo, what's up, Susume? Good to see you, miss. Trust you are doing well today. So, as you can see, I've already got some score racked up on here, and let's see, what was my high score? It should be here somewhere. 8760. Yeah. So, I've already given this a little bit of work off stream, and so that's why I have come prepared with some commentary today, with regards to this new puzzle mode, right? So the premise of this puzzle, if we actually do the premise of this puzzle, I'm going to reset the puzzle here. It is a long straight chain, and we've seen this before on the stream. Oh, hey, yeah, lots of friends coming in. What's up, Sean? Good to see you. It looks like another one of the de novo puzzles, on the surface at least. But if you look up here, we have a new filter that is counting the moves that we make. Now, moves can be pretty much anything from triggering a shake here so we can shake all these acids loose and see what the residues are. To hitting wiggle and letting it run. This goes as far as long as you let it run, and then once you stop it, I think it'll stop it and count another move. Your dishwasher broke, so you got a repairman today. Actually, my microwave broke recently, so that's been fun. No, it hasn't. But anyways, the move counter is set at 250 for this puzzle. So we have 250 moves to make whatever kind of protein that we conformation that we please with this relatively shortish chain of amino acids. Some secondary structures, as you can see, are already set by default. So we've got some sheets here. This thick segment is a helix waiting to be formed. In fact, let's go ahead and ideal SS, which is going to idealize the secondary structure. It also cost us a move here. So this is very interesting as far from a gameplay standpoint, because now we got to think about what do we want to do with our structures. Do we want to edit the structures provided to us? We don't have to go with the default structures, and I think that's great. That allows for more creative solutions. At the same time, however, I feel like having it too free form might be an issue in and of itself, and I'll go over why later. Let's go ahead and squander another move and idealize this helix. And usually after this, I actually want to idealize the beta sheets too, why not? What I've found from my first impressions, at least, is that the move counter is quite generous. At least in terms of early game standpoint, I feel like you can arrive to what we kind of informally describe as like the end of the early game folding stages quite quickly within maybe 50 moves, actually. I know I arrived at my high score at around, I don't know, 25 moves. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting where they placed the threshold at first. And of course, this is coming from the perspective of a newer folder, such as myself, right, who has not had as much time and dedication to the game yet compared to other players. So there are techniques that I'm still, blissfully unaware of, but I am discovering as I play, right? And so this sort of input and feedback is still pretty valuable, especially when trying to get new people to play the game. Now, I'm gonna hit shake here because I don't like all of this being red. Yeah, and with shake, now we can see that these secondary structures have some duality to them. They've got blue sides and they've got orange sides. So you know what that means: blue is on the outside, orange on the inside, hydrophobics and hydrophilics, if you are so inclined. Now, the first few designs, I think, that I did, and go restore my very best, involved chaining together at least most of the beta sheets, and going for this sort of conformation right here. And then, let's see. Yeah. This is the first sketchbook puzzle. It's going to take them a while to settle on the move count. Yeah, I figured as much, but I did want to bring it up because it is definitely one of the most glaring issues that I can see so far. Because suppose I was going to go into my recipe book here, and I wanted to do the fast relax recipe, which, by the way, I still love this recipe. It's a very good protocol. Fast relax only squanders about maybe 10 moves or so, considering that, let's see, like it squanders like 5 cycles of shakes and wiggles, and shakes and wiggles cost about 2 moves a piece. Well, together at least. So, are they going to probably fix that in the wash? Probably. But they're going to need... I hope that they're going to be paying attention to the amount of moves that can be used to go towards a sort of easy early game, mostly correct structure that would require optimizing in the late game, but at the same time, not necessarily needing that much moves to achieve. So that's another thing too. Moving can be as simple as this. I think. There we go. Am I in pull mode? Yeah, I'm in pull mode. It can be as simple as that. It can be as simple as that. Or it can be as drastic as that. What's up, tokens? Good to see you again. Glad you can catch the stream as well. So, that's all fine and dandy, but usually Wiggles take care of a lot of mass movement very, very quickly. Which is why I was scratching my head as why would a wiggle count as one move? And that was very strange to me because of its really, really powerful tool. Let's see, where are my goggles? Oh, they're right here on my neck. I wanted to have my goggles on my neck this time today, just because it's kind of getting pretty warm in this room. I actually have the fan turned down a little bit lower than it should be, just so I can get a little bit better voice quality. I don't have to rely on the filter as much, using my broadcasting software to kind of cancel out that noise from the fan. So that's why you can hear my voice a little bit better. I hope. I never actually listened to the VODs with this low fan level, but yeah. I mean, if I can move the camera down just a little bit, you can see what I'm wearing here. I'm just wearing a Disgaea shirt. These are the Prinnies from Disgaea. They're interesting characters, to be sure. So anyways, most of the confirmations that I've gone so far hooks together all the beta sheets. So right now in this stream, I'm kind of inclined to try something a little bit different, and maybe start chaining, like aligning these sheets between helices instead. So I don't know if that'll work out or not, but that's what we're here to find out. Now, again, with these moves and whatnot, I find myself wrestling with the controls again. I mean, already it's kind of hard to like drag things in 3D space, as you can already see. Now, not to say that it's completely impossible. In fact, this sort of puzzle, it kind of makes me mindful about how I drag, so I don't like wander and move. I mean, I can always Control Z and undo my my wrongdoing, but it's always nice when I get it right the first time. Now, I wanted to bring up something about controls that might have just kind of gotten overlooked. If I right-click this alpha helix, right, and I hit tweak, right, you see these purple controls that pop up, and you know, they're relatively simple to understand, except for maybe these ones, I guess. If you click and hold this, it'll straighten out the helix as best as it can, right? And so it kind of forms like a more rigid shape that's more textbook, I suppose. But if you click and hold this arrow right here, it'll start rotating the helix along, you know, whatever axis it is on, and in the direction that you want it to. And obviously it's going to put some bond strain or whatever, and has its consequences, but overall it's a very simple and easy to understand manipulation tool, right? Like if I turn it this way, then it's going to do the thing. Exactly what it says on the tin, as others might be inclined to say. Now, the problem with Tweak, right, is that it is only available on certain parts of the protein. Tweak is an old tool, and in your opinion, it has no use anymore. That's probably fine and dandy, because there are much more powerful tools. I mean, I just hit W, and all of a sudden we've got, issues being fixed all around me, and my score's going up. But in the early stages of folding, right? Say I want these two beta sheets to kind of collapse on each other. I can do this a bunch of different ways, right? I could rubber band them together and hit wiggle and hope for the best, right? And that's more or less what happens. But suppose that I just get frustrated and it's like, it's not exactly how I want it to be. Let's say I wanted to kind of drag this manually, right? Well, I could freeze the backbone here, right? And kind of drag it, but I'd have to manipulate the camera and make sure that everything's all in order and whatnot. And that's kind of fine and dandy, but it gets very frustrating and very tedious very quickly. Now, at least coming from a perspective from maybe like a less experienced player who doesn't know the tricks of the trade, or is trying to check this out because maybe their friend told them, oh hey, yeah, there's this cool protein folding game. You're a nerd. You would enjoy this, and they kind of check it out, and they like video games, and they're kind of used to all these sorts of different paradigms from other games or from other sandbox editors such as Spore. They try and wrestle around with this protein. Maybe they forget to freeze the protein, and then they get frustrated because they drag the entire protein inadvertently. These sorts of things are like little speed bumps that just kind of add up over time. And while they are certainly traversable, they are not without their consequences. This is definitely still another thing that could be a potential turnoff for the game, and also a hamper on the data pool that can be growing as the game progresses, and we get more puzzles to solve. So that's a little thing. That's a little gripe that I had. Now, if we had some sort of controls, like say if I clicked on this residue, right? If I left click it, I can move the amino acid the protein like this, or just kind of rotate it like that. But it doesn't actually do anything to the structure. I'm not editing the structure or anything like that. And I cannot use tweak on this, right? Like I can only tweak an unfrozen helix or sheet of at least one segment, surrounded by loops of either one segments or at the end of the protein. So very, very specific. But at the same time, they were really these tools right here are just very easy to use, very intuitive. So where's the disconnect? You can edit individual segments using the Ramachandra map. Well, here's the thing. I open up this map, and I look at this. This UI is not intuitive at all. I know it's a Ramachandra map. Like, I am familiar with what it is from my biochemistry class. It's a very powerful tool, you say? Well, that's the thing. There's not a lot of onboarding at all in the tutorial, actually. Like, I think they say that you can open it once, but they never really go over how to use it, right? Like, I can open up these menus here and kind of do the old school, okay, well, I'm on a computer, I'm going to click the buttons and see what they do. That's all fine and dandy, but this does not click with a lot of people right off the bat. And it's very much a shame, too, if you say that it's a very powerful tool, that it won't get utilized properly intuitively as a thing, right? Most gamers like me, or at least just kind of people messing around with editing software, they're gonna want to go to the place that they want to edit, click on it, and expect something to come out of it. Also, I'm still in tweak mode, so I should get out. Token's made some great instructional videos that you posted on the feed. Oh, what's up? Syra, correct? Yes. Welcome to the stream. And you posted on the official Foldit YouTube. Very nice, very nice. I'm just saying, within the game itself, which is a really big tool, or a really big, crucial selling point, right? There's not a lot of learning tools for stuff like the Ramachandra map, or stuff like the recipes. There are some here, but they are a little bit esoteric, dare I say, academic in nature. So that's one criticism that I wanted to talk about today, and kind of elaborate my thoughts on and where I'm coming from on this. Just so that hopefully it can provide some insight to not only people here, but also to maybe possibly new players who are having the same frustrations as me and saying, hey, well, there are tools to get around this, just gotta learn them. So let's see here. Where do I want to go? I've been so busy focusing on my own commentary, I've been kind of neglecting what I want to do with this fold so far. Let me try and see where I'm going. Let me try and see if I can get you to where I want it to be without breaking absolutely everything. Let's turn clashing points down just a little bit so it doesn't blow up in my face. This is kind of what I want. This is a very strange sort of thing that I'm going for here, but just bear with me. I am by no means the most skilled person playing Foldit, but I am the only one broadcasting Foldit right now. He's glad to see that Seth has a student working on tutorial updates. Oh, splendid! Lovely. Probably within my age range slash demographic. So that's going to be very good to see what comes out of that, and I will definitely be giving my input on that once that comes out. Let me try and see if I can. I know this is breaking my sheet a little bit. In fact, let's re-idealize. We've got plenty of moves to work with, so I'm not too concerned about undoing a whole lot of my my progress here. Let me see if I can boost this just a smidge. You're hoping the student is also a gamer. Ah, there's that catch-22. That's alright, that's alright. Eventually, something's gotta give, right? Something's gotta give. Alright, so we've got more hydrophobics here. Kinda wanna fold this over. And while I'm on the topic of controls, I would absolutely love to see Fold It as a virtual reality game where like have you guys seen like those VR headsets and hand things where it's like you've got like these two let me use this let me use my Switch Joy-Cons here. Like you've got these two remotes, right, and they kind of correspond to what you're seeing in virtual space. You've got like a headset over your eyes and you kind of see what's going around. You can manipulate things. I think Fold It would work very well as a VR game because you could literally grab segments of the protein, wrap them around however you want them to be wrapped around, and just basically go to town on it and see what you can come up with. And then you can hit wiggle as well, and you can still have all the tools at your disposal, but just have like this really immersive and very clever way of manipulating virtual space. Let's see. I want this to wrap around a different way, so I'm going to freeze that and just kind of crunch. I would love if the sound effects came back, if and when the sound effects do come back and we've got a proper sound designer and whatnot, if you just hear just all this like garbled machine noise as you just kind of like go to town on this protein. For fun, one of our devs has actually played around with getting Fold It running in VR. It's been unsuccessful so far. Oh, that's too bad. But I would love to see it because it sounds so intuitive. I don't have a VR headset myself. Those things are expensive, especially as a budding young pharmaceutical chemistry major such as myself who is still suffering through the cost of UC Davis. But in the future, that's like, one of the dream is to upgrade my rig, first of all, to be able to run VR stuff, and then to get the hardware and to actually play some of it, because there's some really cool stuff being developed for VR, and I think it's exciting, very exciting indeed. Ooh, your new laptop arrived. You're going to be streaming before you know. Awesome, nice. Definitely let me know if you need any tips to help get you started. My stream setup is like the product of like several years. Like back when I first started streaming, this was back in like, oh gosh, a place that I don't want to go back to, high school. No, it's not that bad, but like I was still like 16 at the time. It was very informal. I think I still have like a highlight from one of my old streams. I used to stream the game XCOM Enemy Unknown because I was watching a fellow by the name of Beagle Rush. He's very good at XCOM, and he's also very good at the recent hit PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. He's an Australian guy, and he would always stream XCOM and such. Or not stream, he would do it on YouTube, but I think he also did live streams as well on Twitch. But either way, that was like the first game that I streamed, and there was some good highlights from that, all things considered. But those were some dark times. Like, my stream quality was bad. My commentary was bad. But it's always good to reminisce and see where you've gone and where you are now. Definitely happier with what I've got now, especially since I know what my computer is and isn't capable of. Let's see. Here you kind of see me using Tweak to try and get this helix to be on the right side of things. Even though it's kind of messing with these loops here, I kind of want to force it and see if I can get anything out of it. Maybe it'd be more beneficial to turn it the other way. Although I thought the other way was closer, so... The jury's out on this one. I will say that Tweak is a little bit slow, so I can see why it's not used very much. But having said that, I still think these arrows are a little, they're exactly what they say on the tin. Not too hard to go in to the average person, especially if you're trying to get gamers who like actually don't care about science but still want to feel good about themselves because, oh hey, I played a science game, maybe I can learn something, or maybe my more nerdy friends will stop bashing on me or something like that. I don't know. Peer pressure is strong, but it's always like that consideration that I also have when looking at stuff like this. Jesus Christ, I am about to snap this. Let's see if I can get something a little bit more acceptable here. know what's playing right now. Do you mind if I ask what the specs of your new laptop is, Susume? Typically for streaming, you'll want like a pretty decent CPU, and I guess for Fold It you don't really need a GPU since this is entirely CPU based, so you're going to need like an extra decent CPU. And then enough RAM to kind of support this burgeoning boat of sorts. Let's see, this wants to kind of twist that way. I'm just going to let Wiggle run. We've just got plenty of moves, so I'm not too concerned about resetting and figuring out a different way. This is super, super unconventional, but I kind of want to see where this goes. Alternatively, I can save myself the frustration and reset now, which is the entire point of Sketchbook puzzles, may I add. It sounds like it's... No, it's a Wild Arms remix. Okay, never mind. I've never played Wild Arms, so I do not recognize the music from it. I do recognize the music from some of the other tracks that have been played on stream before. Let's see here. Those to push apart a little bit. Still a lot more exposeds than I would like, so I think I'm just going to reset on this one. There we are. Back to the good old 250 moves. Give me a second here. I always idealize first, or ideal SS first. This beginning process usually costs me about 5 moves. I give it a shake. Just that alone gets me in the 8,000s, but that alone is not enough. Alright, so usually what I did here is kind of force these two sheets together. Tokens, are you on deck? You were talking about the Ramachandra map earlier, and now's the time to help me out here. Let's say if I wanted to get this, these two beta sheets to get together without using just the good old rubber band wiggle, how would I go about doing so? There are probably a lot of different ways to do the same thing in this game, and I want to figure that out and see what's kind of the most frustration inducing. Alright, so we got open the Rama map, alright. Selection interface. Is that in here? Yeah. Bingo. I'm following you. Just be mindful of the stream delay. It's gonna take like 6 seconds or so, depending on when you connected or whether or not it buffered or so. It's like 6 to 15. Past 15, I think it's getting really delayed, and so you'll probably really notice it. And put the glycine and the asparagine into green. What? Glycine. What am I looking at? Click a sec. Oh. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Asparagine, glycine. Okay, I see that now. And then do I just click and drag? Oh, okay. Lovely. And this one. Aha! Wow. Nice. Okay. Hold on, I should probably like just get it to oh my god. I still have this. Ooh, this is a bit wonky, isn't it? Alright, alright. And that makes things a lot easier to rubber band together. If I didn't derp out, I think those moves only would have cost me like 2 moves, right? But what can you do? I can just rubber band them together to kind of fix the lazy work, but... Yeah. Alright. Good stuff, Tokens. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. What's going on over here? Oh yeah, that's right. I need to go back into the selection interface. This is I don't know how I feel about having to go into another interface just to be a little bit more slick to just... Okay, hold on. This isn't a beta sheet confirmation. If I remember correctly, like, the Ramachandra maps is like kind of the angles between... Ha! Yeah, right there. Oh, no. Yeah. Lovely. I have to exit the freaking... Is there a hotkey for this? It's not explicitly listed. That's much better. That looks lovely, though. A nice little phobic and philic side. One, two, three. Oh, okay. So just enter another mode. Alright. Fair enough. What is this track? Oh, it's from Echo? It's from an Echo the Dolphin game. This is a sweet remix, and also quite fitting to what I'm doing right now. Imagine if we had like an animated background, just kind of like, you know, little particulates in the solution, right? Just kind of floating around while we fold this protein. Oh, that leads me into another topic that I had for today while I'm mucking about with all this garbage. Is that let's see. So the University of Washington is where Foldit HQ, for lack of a better term, is more or less situated, correct? Washington. I need to look this up. Let's see. Academic colleges and schools. Actually, no, academic departments. That's what I need to look at. One sec. I'll tab out of the game for just a moment to look at things. Generally, yeah, Foldit teams all over the place. Okay, understandable. I'm thinking like where most of the development is done. Is it safe to assume that most of the in-house development is done at UW? That's actually where I'm interested in, is the development side of things, and where the assets for the game are made specifically. Let's see if I can mess with this. Where's my Rama? There's my Rama. Where's the thing that I selected? Oh god. Actually, no, let's go with this one. Can't see it on the bloody map because it's so small. Oh, it's up here. Jesus. Let's see, in the early days, but now it's all over the place as the team has branched out. Oh, interesting. Okay. Where do I want this to go? Ah, yeah. Enlarge the map. Ah! Perfect. Gonna get a little bit crowded up in here though, but we'll manage. Dev happens all over now. Alright, alright. Power of the internet and all that. Where's this one? It's all the way down here. Glycine is glad to be seen. And buddy. I should probably turn sidechains off just to help the frame rate just a smidge. Alright, there we go. Only the problematic ones are going to be showing, so that helps me out a lot. Anyways, what I was thinking is that there, in terms of just like academia in general, departments of a university do not tend to intermingle amongst themselves very much. Like, you've got one side where you've got you know, the science majors all hanging out, and then on the other side you've got political science, and every once in a while you'll get the snarky science major that runs over to the political science wing and says, political science is not a real science. It is technically by definition, but they kind of, you know, start running back while the crowd gets their pitchforks, and then you get this scene out of a cartoon. But in a non-exaggerated sense, this sort of collaboration doesn't happen very often, or just kind of nearly enough in general, right? And so when I see like opportunities for multiple departments of you know, multiple disciplines, shall we say, to work together, these opportunities are quite golden, in my opinion, you know? Let's see, I need to freeze. These opportunities are quite golden and often are overlooked sometimes, just because, like, you know, there's not always a situation in which you're gonna need, like, say, someone from the art department working with someone in science, per se. But it happens. What I was thinking is that if there is like any other, if there have, like, I know, let's face it, science is expensive, game dev is expensive, and you know, there's only so much research funds going on about this. I was actually talking with my not organic chemistry, physical chemistry for the biological sciences professor on this. He's a professor at UC Davis, and he does NMR structuring of proteins, and you know, he was going on about, like, you know, the grants have been, you know, bleeding out or something like that. He gets grants, I think, from the National Institute of Health, the NIH, and so, you know, if those go out, then he's finished, right? Like, I actually was on the verge of volunteering in his lab, but he's all like, you know, if you come and work in my lab, it's gonna be unpaid. You know this, right? Like, unfortunately, I don't have the means to pay you. And I'm like, I understand. Like, I'm doing this of my own volition, and also to really seize an opportunity. But you know, given available financial constraints and whatnot, and if there's any way, right, to either if you have favors to ask of, or if you have some goodwill or money to pay your artists, collaborating with the creative division of the University of Washington on creating some new assets for the game, maybe making the proteins pop, maybe making some achievement icons, a dynamic background going on in here, all that for like maybe a commission, or maybe, like, you know, a favor or cross promotion. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Because one, you've got you're now breaking the idea that artists can't get jobs, as terrible as that joke is, and two, you have a more engaging game that looks, feels, and plays a lot more gratifyingly, I suppose. So that's just another, like, thing that I thought of. Kind of, it was like a shower thought that I had when I was prepping for stream earlier. I'm like, they don't have like an art assets team, do they? Maybe they could work something out with some of the you know, talent on campus. You know, put out a recruitment poster or offer incentives. Hopefully not. Let's be real here. Proper incentives. There's a Twitter account that goes by the name of forexposure.txt, and plus maybe one day it'll have music. I mean, there you go. I mean, there's probably sound designers somewhere, right? Audiophobes, or not phobes, files, audiophiles on campus willing to compose a track befitting of the abstract but kind of wondrous nature of folding proteins. Anyways, where was I going with that? Kind of lost my train of thought right at the end of that sentence there. Oh, pay your artists. That's what I was trying to say, more or less. Because forexposure.txt on Twitter highlights some very choice business decisions, shall we say, by some individuals who shall not be named, but are probably better off not commissioning or asking artists in the first place. Music created by audio phobes would be interesting. Oh boy. And oh yeah, speaking of artists, there's the channel's resident artist right there, tipping another bit in the bit cup, or as we'd like to call it here, the the sock drawer. Excuse me. Wow, I can't even remember my own bit cup skin. On the rare occasions where you use the pull tool, you pull at clashing importance 0. Really? That actually has a... Wow, okay. Yeah, no, this feels a lot more free. Huh. Why didn't that come intuitively to me? Like, I'm pulling on this protein, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get it, like, past this thing, and maybe the game will recognize it'll clip through, and then, like, I pull on it, and it's just like... And it doesn't. And then, huh. Make a note of that, guys. Make a note of that. I'm not sure, like, okay, hold on, like, by contrast... Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I see this. Yeah. It respects the clashing importance when... Okay. You're trying to convince Syra to reach out to the digital media students in the communications department. Bingo. So you can get someone to wheel and or deal. I think this is a wonderful golden opportunity that could somewhat revitalize the game, if I may say so myself. Let me see if I can rotate this a little bit towards here. I think this is kind of along the lines of one of my previous designs, but maybe a little bit, you know, otherwise. Design achievements, etc. There's kind of like a similar deal going on at UC Davis, I think, called the UC Davis Mod Lab. I've yet to check it out myself, but apparently there are some games over there that is like that kind of straddle the line between like game and scientific or social information. I think there's a game called Frack, which puts you in like it's a management / tycoon game, where I think it puts you in the shoes of like an oil company CEO or what have you, and it does this. I should probably not pull at CI0, shouldn't I? Let's put it at 0.4. Kind of what I was going for, but not really. Not close enough. Maybe if I can unfreeze, wiggle a little bit more. You can see the Ramachandra dots jiggling. But that would be one of the interesting prospects. I would probably try to seek if that might work. Since your last side chat, you're researching ways to up the engagement and spruce things up. Excellent. Lovely. I love it. Have you guys checked out Discord yet, by the way? Actually, my channel now has a Discord server. That can be reached by the link below, I think. I think I put it on my channel. Gee, it makes you think of the old Sage. Oh, from Bravely Default. Oh, that game. Lovely role-playing game if you guys are interested in story-based narratives and good old Japanese RPG action. But let's see. Also, I recognize this song. This song's very good. What was I trying to say? Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, my channel has a Discord now because Twitch, if you haven't already checked it out, it has a subscription function where you can support the streamers that you watch on a daily, weekly, monthly, whatever basis by hitting the subscribe button that way. Yeah, it's kind of like that way. Yeah. And you can either pay like a $5, $10, or $25 monthly fee, and you can gain access to a little chat badge that Hikaboo here has. And you can also use the emotes that you unlock via subscribing. Hikaboo also did the emotes for this channel. I'll put them all in chat right now. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Chat. There we go. All the emotes and channel art is done by her, so give her some love. She is my girlfriend after all. And let's see. And you can also use a thing called Twitch Prime, right, to subscribe. And Twitch Prime is basically, if you have Amazon Prime and you link your Amazon and Twitch accounts, basically they'll give you some free perks like ad-free viewing. There are loot boxes and special offers for other games that they're offering for Twitch Prime. If you've heard of Overwatch, they're giving away like a free little golden loot box if you're a Twitch Prime member. There's also some Warframe perks up right now as well. There's you can get a free Warframe and some boosters by linking your Twitch and Warframe accounts. And what's also included with Twitch Prime is a free subscription that's worth $5 every 30 days, which is basically a free monthly subscription whenever you please. And this doesn't automatically renew, so you have to renew the subscription every month manually by clicking, hey, I want to use my Prime subscription on this channel to use it. But that's definitely up to the amount of revenue that Twitch streamers such as myself can see from streaming, and very exciting stuff. Anyways, why do I talk about all of this? With the chatting service Discord, right? They have. Do I have it on? Hold on, something's not right here. With the chatting service Discord, they have Twitch integration, and what that essentially means is that you can use... Oh, I didn't even hook it to the right spot. Oops. You can use your Discord and Twitch accounts, link them up together, and then it'll kind of pull whatever channels that you're subscribed to, and it'll say, hey, there's a server for this this channel that you're subscribed to, and it'll automatically give you a way to join it. And the integration works such that if you unlock emotes on Twitch, right, via your subscriptions, those emotes will unlock for you on Discord to use in whatever server you want, not just the Discord server of that channel. So that's very much well and exciting, and also very very good promotional material as well. My corporate chill game is on point today. Oh man, the Splatoon 2 quote. You got me. Exposed. Let's see, I want to do that one. So let's go to the selection interface once more. Where are you, my little lovely? You're over here. You're over there now. Oh. Crunching a little bit. I guess one of the reasons why we might have a generous move limit is because these might just kind of be hindered by whatever camera I had, or whatever camera angle I had, and so it'd be hard to manipulate this. There's a love-hate relationship that I have going on with the Ramachandra map right now. What I love about it is one of the tools that I was looking for the longest time, and that's just kind of like fine rotation of one segment, right? That to me is exactly what I'm looking for and what I want. The thing about it is that the UI, once again, is kind of sciencey oriented, not very intuitive, not very easy to use on a first glance basis. Kind of buried as well underneath a sort of guide dang it proposal. Like there's a thing on TV Tropes. If you like, TV Tropes is kind of like a page where they kind of outline recurring patterns in media, video games, TV, you name it. And one of them is called Guide Dang It, where literally it's just like an aspect of a game where if you didn't look this up in a guide, you would not know about it, or you would be very unlikely to. That's kind of where I feel with the use of the Ramachandra map right now. It's like, would players be able to use this effectively if they knew about it? Would they rather just like highlight this segment and then you've got like all sorts of arrows a la Tweak and move it that way? Would that be more intuitive? Like maybe just kind of like rotate, maybe have those rotation arrows a la Tweak, or like, you know, a bend arrow or something like that. That's probably something to consider when kind of evaluating the usefulness of the Ramachandra map. Let's go back here and dragging it along this axis rotates it like that. Dragging it along this axis rotates it like, oh god. Still kind of laggy as it's trying to redraw everything, but it's still probably very good to use since it's rotated the other way. Yeah, okay, that's better. And then this next segment here. I'm kind of getting the hang of it, but at the same time, it's like super, super unwieldy, especially with how it has to re-render. I'm gonna turn all the problematic sidechains off. Give me a second here. View. Show nothing. And, get out of the way, Chandra. Let's see. There we go. Pardon me. Wait, why did I close my Rama map? Ramachandra Rahan. Where do I want this? Kinda here-ish? This is kinda like right here. If I put it dead center, it's kinda not having it. Let me drag it into the red area. Maybe do a loop around with this one. A weird loop around. I know these areas kind of represent like different secondary structure commonalities, but right now I'm kind of trying to approach it from a pure gameplay standpoint. That's the thing too. My my old physical chemistry professor, who by the way would rather be teaching biochemistry, because like we had a chat one time and we like totally nerded out about proteins. But let's see. Color areas show what where that amino acid likes, quote unquote, to be in the map. Yeah, okay, I figured. But one of the points that he brought up, which I thought was very fascinating indeed, was the notion that is all. So, like, is this game marketed towards like science majors or just kind of in general? And it's like, or like, do they provide like kind of science tutorials or like or whatever, what have you? And I said, it's kind of esoteric, I suppose, but like they don't tell you a whole bunch about the science going on in game, at least. Wiggle tends to move the dots into its nearest colored area. Interesting. It's got a really good metal song going on right now. Oops, I didn't freeze the protein that I wanted to freeze. Was this how I kind of bungled it last time? I feel like I did something different. If I could just crunch that. This is another instance where I would like be like, VR would solve its problems because I could grab hold of it. I don't know. But anyways, he said something along the lines of like, ooh, maybe they're trying to like get like a good like sort of blind perspective that's like unbiased by scientific tendencies. It's like, oh yeah, well we all know like this goes there and whatnot. But he's all like, ooh, maybe they're trying to collect data that's unbiased from a scientific standpoint, like, so that they're still getting scored and whatnot, and it's like, oh, okay, well I'm doing this is good, I'm doing that, this is bad, but they don't know the theory behind it, and so maybe they can come up with like new novel solutions that may not otherwise ordinarily kind of come up in in veteran folders' minds, where it's like, well, I mean, like, you know, in science or in real life or in, you know, this biochemistry finding, this tends to happen in this sort of structure where it's like, to a new player, it'd be like, well, I mean, like, I can put this here, so I'm just gonna put it there, and then try something out with it. Where do I want this to go? This way. Okay, I might need to turn on my side chains again. It might be true, but in reality, people have to learn some biochemistry to get a top score. That says a lot, actually. Let me finish what I was going with this first, and then I'll kind of provide some follow-up commentary to that. What's going on here? It's kind of like something BCOEP said. They wanted players to be able to fold proteins without the expert/arcane knowledge that scientists have. Bingo, yeah. It's kind of like, you know, theory versus practice, you know? I'm not sure if that says something about the nature of the science involved, or if it says something about the nature of the game when Tokens is saying, in reality, people have to learn some biochemistry to get a top score. Therein lies the question, do you avoid teaching players some of the biochemistry inadvertently through gameplay or through like little pop-up hints or something? The two phenylalanines will become very happy if they stack. Oh! Well, let's make a date, shall we? Hello, you two lovebirds, come on. Wait, did I hook that on right? I can't see because of the freaking exposed. Oh my god. Okay. I think that's it. Did it? This is driving my small case of OCD nuts. I want them to like link up perfecto. There we go. That's parallel, right? Yeah. Huh. Oh gosh. There we go. Oh yes. Some hot phenylalanine action. Oh baby. Gonna get too raunchy for Twitch at this point. Get a room, you two. Anyways. What was I going on about beforehand? But yeah, like, do you teach the biochemistry inadvertently through gameplay or through like little tips, or just kind of like, hey, you just stacked this, or like, you know, here's a fun fact, or like, you just solved this puzzle in, you know, here's some flavor text, or stuff like that. Do you teach it throughout the course of the game, or do you keep things unbiased for the sake of data collection? That is something that I think is kind of a question that the designers might want to ask themselves. Because if you need to know biochemistry to be good at the game, but at the same time you kind of want to collect data from like people who don't know necessarily, does that destroy the mission statement in a sense? It could, or it couldn't. Depends. Shift X. Alright. Shift X exposes. Ah, I see where the hotkeys come from. Hold on. Okay, it does have a tooltip. Show voids, show dashes, okay. Hotkey design is actually kind of odd, you know? I remember, like, the hotkeys from the Warcraft 3 mod Dota, Defense of the Ancients, were kind of, like, esoteric in a way, but at the same time they sort of made sense to people who actually played it. Most citizen science games shoot for being able to be done by novices, which is, yeah, okay. Depends on whether you want to have people who... But reading chat. I have water here. I should drink it. One of the streamers that I watch, Epic Name Bro, like, one of the emotes, subscriber emotes that he has is ENB Trash, which is Aqua from Konosuba. But since her name is Aqua, people spam it in chat whenever they're trying to remind him to take a drink and keep himself hydrated. I think this is a Super Meat Boy remix, which I'm going to be unfortunately talking over the lyrics. But that's kind of the consequence here. Can I move this without too much consequence? I kind of want to move this segment over here so I can kind of twist our beta sheets here to cooperate. Let me open selection interface once more. I do need a wet sock emote. What? Oh. Oh, well, You're right in the kind of... I can't say convoluted. No, that's not the convoluted ways. Where do I want you to go? Ooh! If I get too spastic with the mouse here, I'm pretty sure I can force the game to crash. Would it be deemed too lewd? That depends on how people take the sock thing. Like, my Steam name comes from, or just my name in general, my online handle, if you will, comes from just a random gaming session that I had with one of my middle school friends, where we were playing Halo, and he just thought of this ridiculous name, like, while we were looking at the kill feed, and it would say, like, oh, okay, you this person killed that person with a weapon, or this person killed, or this person ran over someone with a vehicle, or splattered, as the term goes. And so, he made a joke where it's like, oh man, what if someone named themselves a wet sock? And you would read in the kill field, like, you just got splattered by a wet sock, or like something absurd like that. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. And then, like, after a while, like, I adopted the name for myself, more or less. Shoutouts to Brendan, if you still watch my stream. He actually, like, reconnected with me, like, a stream and a half ago, like, a really long time ago, like, a few months back, but I ended up adopting that name, and subsequently other sock names, and Socrates just so happened to kind of birth out of that sock theme, and so that's how that cookie crumbled. Oh, I just found the sidechain. Why did I do that? Highlight the thing. Okay, good. And then are these two lovebirds still dating? Yeah, they're okay. They're good. How to get this to do the twist without making it want to off itself. Where are you, buddy? Right here. Small movements. No. Oh, it's so unwieldy. It's so unwieldy. If I rotate this one, maybe? No. Not what I'm looking for. Oh god, ew. Sock tick dipped in wet paint, please. Sock's lab is filmed in front of a live studio audience. Actually, wait, no, I have my, 1 second. So my girlfriend is a very wonderful person who makes me a lot of things. And I have this giant printy from Disgaea. It is as big as it looks. It's very, very soft, very cuddly. This is our audience here. There we go. Sit you down. My co-pilot. Yeah. Can I turn it on at least the sheet hydrogen bonds? Oh, yes, of course. I was actually planning on doing that. Show bond, sheet helix loop. I'm kind of like looking at all the bonds, anyways. Frame rate be damned. Have a look, tokens. What do you like? You're off to a meeting, but thanks for streaming. Hope to see you next week. Alright, see you later, Syra. Yeah. I'm getting saliva all over my mouth again, so it's probably time to drink. Thanks for tuning in, and also keep in mind that I stream other games if you are so inclined. In fact, after the stream, I'm gonna need to do some... I need to mow the lawn, actually. But after I do all my chores and whatnot, there is a very big Splatoon 2 event coming, and that is called Splatfest. And it's going to be very, very fun. I will be fighting for Team Mayonnaise versus Team Ketchup. Solely on the basis that there's a funny YouTube video that I watched way back called Regular Ordinary Swedish Mealtime. And they had a running joke with mayonnaise, and I respect it a lot. Oh, this guy. This protein was actually the one whose crystal structure was solved. No kidding! Wow! Fascinating. And now we're giving it a whole good old sketchbook run. Interesting. So there is an actual, like, real life solution for this protein. It's amazing to know. I'm probably nowhere near it, but we tried. Okay. How many moves do I have left? Plenty. Is this... I feel like I could drag this more. Let's see how badly Tweak can screw this up. Hold on. No doing that. Oh boy. Flip and shift again. Yeah, that completely misses the mark. What about this, though? What happens? Crunchy, crunchy. Oh yeah, please don't spoil it for me. That's yeah. Absolutely. But that's just interesting to know that they chose this puzzle in particular. Okay. The sheet is a little bit more aligned, but now our side chains are just kind of arguing amongst themselves. If I solve the structure, do you get infinite score? That's a curious question, right? Because like not all of the puzzles in Foldit have a real life solution. It's like, oh well, here's what the real life solution looks like. That could be a weird little achievement, right? Where it's like you arrive at the real life solution inadvertently, and then like the game recognizes it, and it's like, yo, yo, you're on the right track, buddy. Hey, you know what? What clashing importance am I at? Let's see. Go at 1.1. Yeah. There we go. Give it a little shake. Actually, let's just use Fast Relax, because it's more or less what I'm going to be doing anyways. 175 moves, that's a lot of wiggle room, pun intended. Are they still dating? Yeah, they're still dating. Cool. That would make sense that phenylalanine's kind of oh. Oh, they're taking on new positions. Oh god. Rama Sutra. Oh my god. I'm terrible. Let's see. I know this is working out. Is this a PB? You bet your butts it's a PB. Let's climb that rank. We're in top 50 now. Let's see, what do I have exposed? Here and here. Now, let's see. they're kind of a little bit, they're growing a little bit distant in the bedroom right now. But right now, here's something that I kind of realized just now. So the fact that phenylalanine is kind of stacking is a thing, and I'm pretty sure that's a thing with all the benzene shenanigans going on. I'm not quite stacking anymore, but it seems to have gotten me a better score, just inadvertently. I don't know why. But, would this be a thing that you would figure out just by playing on your own and just kind of seeing, oh, okay, well, these are these two proteins again. They probably go well together after, you know, folding maybe like 20 puzzles and you've seen them over and over again. And would you notice that pattern, or would it not be readily apparent anyways? And it's another one of those biochemistry guide dang it moments where it's like, if you didn't know this, then you wouldn't, you know, otherwise arrive at this this suggestion here. Small little moments like that add up over time and kind of, you know, help to mold the experience of players going through and playing this game. You would only figure it out by looking on Wikipedia. God dang it! God dang it. Alright, we still have like 165 moves, so I'm gonna do a lot of passes of Fast Relax and see if I can get some good returns on that. If not, Control Z is a few keystrokes away, and we'll kind of let it do its thing and return to our best confirmation and work from there. And then I'll do a reset maybe a little bit later. What time is it right now? It's like 3:19. Alright, cool. I haven't dropped any frames this stream, which is very wonderful. So that means a smooth viewing experience for all of you all. Let's see. This is kind of where we enter mid-game. Would you say? Because most of the backbone manipulation is kind of done now. It's kind of like refinement and scripts. All those moves took me about, what, less than 100? 75 maybe? Because I still had like 165 moves when I started fast relaxing. I hope this data is indeed useful. It'd be interesting to see what moves were... ooh, look at those. Look at that spicy rank. What moves were used in scripts, or what moves are used in just manual folding. I learned about pie stacking in chat. Global chat used to be a lively place when science of the game came up. Okay, fair enough. Ah, yeah, pi bonds in the conjugated system. Oh man, now I'm reminded of a video. I've linked this before, I think, but there's an acapella science video that I like totally geeked out about and purchased for the low price of $10.95 because it's 109.5 degrees bonding angle for carbon atoms. It's actually a name your price setting on Bandcamp, but I chose to buy it for $10 because I loved the dude's previous work, and I thought it was quite fitting for the song in question. But let's see, it's an Ed Sheeran parody, The Molecular Shape of You. You don't have to listen to this right away. I'm just going to drop the link in chat, but this parody is wonderful. I love it, and it is quite relevant. All right, is this PB territory? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, global chat's kind of a dead zone, isn't it? You know, there's only so much you can do about it, but God, this, yeah, no. My girlfriend knows. I dorked out about this. Let's see, can I? Okay, no, that's not good. All right, let's do another fast relax pass because we're getting good returns on that. I did the thing. It was good, so I'm gonna keep doing the thing. It'd be interesting if you initiated a script and then you heard like this sort of like technological like computational sound. It's like it just goes. It kind of does its thing. That'd be cool. That would be good. That would be good sound design. Let's see here. Yeah, this is doing very well. Unfortunately, our pie lovebirds are not stacking anymore, but that's alright. It seems to have worked out. They seem to have ended their relationship quite well. They didn't need to seek counseling. It was all fine and dandy. I guess you learned about pie stacking from Susume. Well, I mean, word of mouth is a very powerful tool. Also another PBE. What's top score right now? It's in the 9,400s. Wow. I wonder if that confirmation is very close to what it actually is. One has to wonder. Still have a lot of moves remaining in my move pool. So I am not too concerned about that. Ooh, my final just got graded. Let me check my grades. Let's see how well I did it on a physiology test. I hope I did well. Grades. Total. Okay, I got a B in the class. Final exam 40 out of 50. Oh, straight B. Alright, cool. Above the mean, too, so feeling good about that. I know my human physiology well enough. 8,940. Alright, it's a solid B in that class. That'll set me good, or that'll set me up well for the PCAT. Let's see. Okay, we got a score decrease after that, so I'm gonna do this one more pass and see what's going on here. Human physiology. Check Twitter while I'm at it here, because I'm running a lot of scripts. Excellent. Excuse me. These graphs. Final grade? Yeah, no, final grade is like a straight B, like not plus or minus. It's like almost 85. Almost dead on 85%. So, I'm quite pleased. Sure, an A is nice, but 4.0 doesn't tell you everything about a person, unfortunately, so. It's the holistic image that the admissions looks after. If what is believed is to be true. Alright, best confirmation was right here-ish. And that was at, is remaining 135. Okay. Ooh, I dropped a little bit of frames. I check OBS, but that's alright. What do I want to do here? Do I ZLB, or do I go find a new script to mess around with, or do I do some Susume passes manually this time? At low wiggle power? Mayhaps. A little different angle, so it's a little bit scenic. I am doing a show after all. Surely should just do it on 0.25, but I think 0.15 is still a good CI. One. Medium. this final push out, and then I'll reset. Still have one explosive, or actually no, two. Nice thing about that is that if you shake or wiggle and nothing happens, then it will not take up a move, so I'm appreciative of that. Like that. Yeah, like that. On auto. Guys, our score. It's over 9,000! It's an old meme, but it checks out, sir. I personally actually haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, but this protein's looking very, very green, and I like the shades. I wonder what else we can do. How are these two interacting? They're just like, just a little bit too far apart. They seem like they're in range, but I could just be wrong. Shake Pass isn't doing anything. Okay. ZLB. Someone just broke 9,000 or something. Let's see. Yeah, just background. Crap, did I already forget how to ZLB? I hope I didn't. Behavior 5. Is it on low? I think so. And then I go into structure mode. Get rid of all the secondary structures. We can get it back later. And then what was it? Idealize? Yeah. Pull mode. Idealize. Remove the bands halfway through. Those pop-up texts are good, but they seem a little empty in context. They're a good feedback mechanism, but they seem a little empty in context. Is what I thought of just now. Oh, frig. I missed like one alpha helix. Is there not an easier way of doing this? I feel like there is and I just missed it. Wow, the alpha helices look really weird when they're not... Like, they look like the actual protein backbone when they're not in their secondary structure mask, of course, but... Kinda... I'm reminded of what I took notes in biochemistry about, like, you know, the positions of the residues as you go down the spiral. Alright, I think that's everything. Right? Yeah. Idealize. CI.15. Go. Wait till they jiggle in place, then remove the bands. I hope I remembered how to do this right. If not, then there's probably going to be one of you who will remind me in just a moment. What's still moving? Something is actually still moving in here, and I don't know what it is. Let's see, 0.5. Good. Oh crap, I don't know what it is. Oh well. So they all be ZLBs, alright. Wait, did I let it go? Yeah. Oh, not that. Unfortunately, we've got into a little bit of downtime. Did I talk about everything that I want to talk about? Let's see. Did that. Controls. I talked about controls. Oh! I wasn't comparing and contrasting to other puzzle games quite yet. Very nice solution, given it's my first de novo puzzle, at least the ones that I've streamed. Oh, yeah, thank you. I think I actually did a de novo puzzle before I started like marketing Socks Lab as Fold It Friday. I still have Socks Lab episode 1 in my videos, I hope. Maybe the VOD got deleted. I need to start highlighting these so I can look back at them, or if people need to look back at them, it won't get deleted. Because my past broadcasts are saved on my channel for a bit, and through Twitch, and then they delete them after like 30 days or something like that. They'll save it for like highlighting or making Twitch clips or what have you. And you can go back and check them out, but I don't know when the absolute threshold is for when it gets the axe. But if you highlight things, they will stay in the Twitch repository forever, so... Hey, what do you know? We got some new PB with Fast Relax. And you know what that means? We're doing it again! So I'm gonna have to remind myself to go highlight the this stream afterwards, just so it doesn't get deleted. I'm pretty sure I did like one de novo puzzle before. Because I remember, like, maybe it was a beginner de novo. It was like the beginner de novo where it's like, oh my god, you can just halicize the whole thing and get like a bunch of points. Herder. Then again, the entire protein was structure free. There was no structure set by default, unlike this puzzle, which I guess it affected my puzzle solving skills, or biased towards a particular solution in that case. But I don't know. I tend to work better when there are a little bit more confines on me, but not too much, such that there's only one solution. Which I recognize this song. Oh my god, yes, it's from FTL. I love this game. Also the music, but I loved FTL. It's a game about flying spaceships and combat, and it's, I don't know, you lose yourself in that game, and it's replayable as well. Let's see, that actually went a little bit down. You still have best confirmation saved, so let's do benefit of a doubt run. But let's see. I had another point that I wanted to make. Oh yeah, so other puzzle games, they are notorious for having like one set solution for everything, right? Like if you're playing something like Space Chem, or let's say I don't know, gosh, let me look at my Steam library. I haven't played a bunch of puzzle games recently, but like I've done my fair share of dabbling in them. Let me open up Steam and hope that Cal doesn't automatically start downloading something. But in other puzzle games, usually there's like one set solution or maybe like one alternate solution. But or like Professor Layton, I suppose, is another good example. There's solutions for those games are very much set. They're not very like editor or sandbox based, like Foldit, which I would consider technically like a puzzle game / editor sort of sandbox game. And so like there's like a very clear sense of like, you know, when you're done and you can move on, or you know you don't, or you know there's like something not working out or something like that. Very clear cut. There are other games that are more like puzzle sandboxy. The example that came to mind is a game called Besiege, where basically the objective of that game is to lay siege to multiple strongholds, and you will do so by creating whatever you dang well please within the little builder of sorts. It's like you build like a siege engine, basically. It can be a trebuchet, it could be like a battering ram, you can use whatever you want to destroy the house that you want to pillage. Let me drink my water here, just 1 second. And the beauty of that game is that like you could literally go for the most efficient solution, like the least parts or whatnot, and go for challenges like that. Or you could be like, you could do something silly, like, you know, just like a giant statue of somebody, like kind of rolling over and just kind of bodying the structure that you are assaulting. In those games, like there isn't one clear-cut solution, but there is a plethora of different ways that you can go about doing this. Rules of Nature. That is a reference to a game by the name of Metal Gear Rising. That is quite absurd, if I do say so myself. What do I want to do with this? I'll just do a low pass. We still have like 119 moves on this, so I don't see why not. Oh god, excuse me. I wonder if I want to like just continue to stream exclusively Sketchbook puzzles just because they're focused on the early game, and so I can get a puzzle done, quote unquote, on stream within a timely manner. Because I've been streaming for about an hour and 40 minutes. Oh, that actually made me think of why. There we go. Hang on, I'm looking at for something. Did Wiggle finish off? Yeah, okay, it did. Boop. In this case, a specific Besiege video. Oh. I don't think I've seen that specific Besiege video, but Besiege videos are very silly. TC. Okay. Let's see here. In Foldit, there is no like clear-cut solution, but it is a competition to see what is the best solution. But there are solutions that kind of like all collectively come up, which are very kind of. I'd imagine that there are probably at least like 2 or 3 solutions that are very similar to mine, but just haven't gone through or have gone through more refinements as we're doing here than before. So I'd imagine that's useful data, but as a gamer, it kind of makes you think, well, I mean, like, I got the solution that everyone else got. Like, did I do well? Or, did I screw up, or am I just not good enough? So that's probably a thing that players might be doubting themselves on, even if they get like a decent score, right? That's in the a good upper echelons of points and whatnot. Like I'm scrolling through the leaderboard here, like we got some zeros and whatnot, and then we got this, and then most of the time we've got like 8700s, I guess, which is kind of like passing, but you still need some more work to do with some scripts or something like that. But you've got the right idea, and then you get into the upper echelons, and it's like, okay, you guys know what you're doing. In fact, I see both of you here with your high scoring confirmations, sitting very pretty indeed, off by like let's see, 23 points. Very good, very nice, good folding by both of you. But like I'm thinking to myself from the perspective of a player, like, okay, well, I got a good score. Do I move on? Do I try a different puzzle now, or do I want to keep going with this? There isn't a clear answer. Would fold it, because there's always something better. But having a sort of threshold where you reach to get some sort of tangible reward, whether it's a, hey, you completed this puzzle, good job, have a cookie, have a virtual internet cookie, versus, or like something like that, versus just having the leaderboard score attack. You can see it like as a form of like player welfare, I suppose, if you're inclined to think that way. But one of the main things that I have with Fold It right now is that the incentives to keep playing and to keep clearing puzzles as they come up. I mean, like, they come up rather slowly. You have a lot of time to do the puzzles and whatnot. There is no sense of completion as it stands right now, in my opinion. Like, you've got a rank, but you just don't feel complete because there's people scoring above you, and whatnot, and like, hey, I made top 50, like, look at me, and then, but like, how do I put this into words? Let me actually go back to the main menu. Like, all the intro puzzles, right? Like, these have score thresholds that have you consider it like they consider themselves, okay, you've completed this, you cleared the objective, you solved a puzzle with your own solution. These feel good to complete, like I got a certain catharsis after trying to, especially with the electron density puzzle. That was a little bit tough to work with, but I felt real good after clearing that one, because it was a little bit tough manipulating it as a new player. And I even watched like the video, like I went and pulled a guide, dang it, and watched the video on like the electron density puzzle. It's like, okay, you gotta like keep dragging things along here. Like if I go back into game view here, like you just kind of keep dragging things along to kind of aid your view of 3D space, especially with the electron density puzzles. Let's see. But once you're done with this is a very, I wouldn't say short, but like you compared to the amount of time spent in other modes of Fold It, this is like a drop in the bucket, right? The core and the bread and butter of Fold It would probably be the science puzzles and sometimes the contests, but let's see, the contest. It's kind of empty in here, I guess, but yeah, you go to like the main menu here. Hold on, you go to the achievements. Let's see, what do you got here? Just generic rack up achievements. Let's see, improve someone else's solution. Achievements for completion. This one's good. Share solution. Oh, okay. Encouraging use of game features. And then rank rewards. That's always nice to have. Definitely. Recipe achievements as well. This might be tough. Let's see. Alright, stuff. Good name as well. Let's see. Not having access to the puzzles, like all of the puzzles of Fold It, like the big backlog archive. I don't know if that's the right move. I think if you could go in and go check out puzzles at your leisure and kind of accumulate experience through that, I think it would be not necessarily a little bit more accessible, but a little bit more welcoming, rather than just having 3 puzzles to work with and kind of sinking all your time into these 3 puzzles, but not really having fun because it's just like the same 3 puzzles until the thing cycle. In fact, this one's about to expire, but I say this, but and I know like a good solution is it takes time to play that. You can always play the expired puzzles? Pardon? Oh, there's a little tick box here. Oh, okay. But it's still not like, okay, look, there's look at these, look at the puzzle numbering. It's 14, 12 puzzles. But that's a lot of puzzles. That's like, you know, if Foldit had a progression system, like say, here's some EXP and here's some virtual currency that you can use on like skins and bibbly bops and sound effects and things to spice up your Foldit. Maybe you can buy, you could buy recipes. You could buy and unlock the recipes using in-game currency that you get from solving earlier puzzles. That would be amazing. That would give the player an incentive to go back and do some of the other puzzles that they might be more comfortable with versus the weekly rotation, right? And they would be like, oh, okay, I can just do this puzzle, get kind of my fundamentals down. Maybe I might learn something like accidentally on the way, or maybe someone might pop in chat and say, hi, hey, do this and for that puzzle, and you'll get through it just fine. It's like, oh, okay, I didn't see that solution. That is an excellent way to improve engagement. The whole carrot on a stick phenomenon is well documented and well used within video games these days. It's what we call role-playing game elements, RPG elements, where you've got like a sort of experience or prestige or kind of progression meter, and then sometimes you'll have like currency or something like that. Maybe some stats, but I don't know if you can like work a stat system into this game. That'd be overkill, but definitely RPG progression, right? You've got a level, you've got currency, and you can use said currency on like, you know, what have you. Like, if I know gating gating recipes behind currency might be a little bit bad for getting high scores, but maybe on the weeklies you can only allow scripts that you have bought with your own currency, right? With your own in-game currency or what have you. And then and then if you want to go back and like optimize a puzzle like the expired ones, or there could be like a separate mode or maybe if you've gotten past a certain score threshold, any recipe gets unlocked, and you're free to use whatever recipes are at your disposal that you care to use. That could be an interesting gate to using it. It's like, okay, well, you haven't met the score threshold yet, but you've purchased this recipe that you worked and put the time in playing this game to use, so you can use that to get your high score, or to get your passing score, and then now the rest of the recipes that you care to use but you haven't unlocked yet using currency are now unlocked. That'd be interesting. Or maybe you could pay currency to unlock packs of expired puzzles to get even more experience, prestige, rank, more currency, and what have you. And then there are a lot of things that you can do with in-game money. Like you could maybe change the skin of the amino acids and residues and the backbone as well. Like you can put polka dots on the backbone. I mean, it's such a small change, but like some people get that swag. It's what we would refer to it, quite inappropriately as the E-penis, or E-peen for short. But it makes you feel good, you know? Disallow skips until you get above a particular score. That would force people to do some more hand-folding. Exactly. Increase engagement. Get people folding properly, and then, you know. I mean, you more or less do it anyway, but it's a way to kind of ensure that you do it. Like, there's probably a script out there that could, like, take bands and put it between, specific residues and kind of recognize patterns already. But, that's kind of just letting the computer doing it at that point, right? If you put it together first and then had the computer optimized, like that's more or less what happens, but at the same time, it is encouraged through gameplay to do the proper process of going through early, going through mid, and then going through late game, as we have done here just now on this stream. In fact, I think I'm pretty much done, which means I'm just rambling at this point. But I'll leave this protein on screen while I ramble here. What else? Let's see. You could level lock things. I mean, progression in a game like sometimes hampers. Okay, well, we need all hands on deck for this puzzle, so maybe we shouldn't level lock some of the puzzles, or maybe we shouldn't level lock the weekly rotation. But at the same time, there's a reason why in Call of Duty you shoot someone, you get a kill, and you get a plus 100, or you get an assist, you get a plus 50, and then you can use that currency to do something with it. You can buy more guns, you can get better skins, or in Minecraft you chop down a tree. Well, what do you have now? You have wood, and you can use that wood. Stuff that empowers the player to feel like that they're getting something for their time is very much a thing that is very often used in games, and I just don't see it in Folded, right? What is, that's the age-old question. What's keeping me from playing Folded? The scoreboard? I mean, sure, but I mean, like, I'll never be as good as these guys, right? And sometimes that might turn people off, right? Like, if people aren't competitive about what they're, especially if they're not good, if they're not competitive, then they're not going to bother with the leaderboard. But they still want some sort of sense of progression, where they feel like, okay, well, I'm getting better at this game, or I'm putting more time into this game, and I'm getting rewarded for it. So, what if there's just like if I go back to the puzzle menu, what if there's just like a profile card up in this upper left portion of the screen, where it's like, okay, here's your name, here's your level, you've done these many puzzles, and you can also like see like medals, right? Like you can give medals to the leaderboard rankings, so like you can keep a kind of tabs on what high-ranking stuff that you've had, and maybe the medals award extra currency, which you can also see in this upper left panel. That could be here, and then you could go into the shop, use your currency on scripts to unlock before the gated phase, right? Or you can use it on skins or what have you. Or you could use it on puzzle packs too, to unlock old puzzles for posterity's sake, past the expired puzzles. I mean, surely they exist in some form, right? The Folded Wiki is a thing. So, I mean, like, you could kind of port back the old puzzles through puzzle packs and gate it through in-game currency, if you will. And then, there are other things that you can add to the game to boost engagement. Like, some people will kind of look at this and say, well, okay, those are just kind of fluff features, but without them, you don't know what you don't know what you're missing until you don't have it, is what I'm saying, right? In fact, I think it might cause like a grind, right? Like, it's gonna instill a grind in Folded, but every game has a grind to some extent, and so a way to make the grind more engaging is always welcome. That's what a lot of MMORPGs do, or MMOs as we call them for short. World of Warcraft, what are the other popular ones right now? Albion Online, RuneScape, You kind of launch up these games, right? And you've got to grind before like a lot of the content kind of unlocks for you. But that's just kind of the nature of the game, right? You gotta start somewhere and work your way up. But it feels good working your way up. The grind of a game is not inherently bad, but I mean, overdoing it, of course, is pretty bad. But hold on, where are the voids? I didn't see where the voids was, but yeah, I can probably kind of. Let me turn on the side chains too, now that we're done kind of folding and I'm just talking. I should switch my Twitch directly to the talk shows, but I still have the game open, so I have an excuse. But yeah, like, people will grind out the games anyway, and so that's why MMOs are still a thing, even though, as some might say, the genre is dying. Well, people are still dedicated in playing it. Look at this guy right here. Hold on. Let me open the selection interface. What's going on here? Who are you? You're a glutamate. Okay. I still haven't memorized by name what each residue looks like. You would think, as a science nerd, and as a person who played this game, I would do the thing, but no. This one is tyrosine, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a tire, and then the OH group. But, anyways. This glutamate's pretty happy. He's got friends. Look at him. He's got a little social circle going on. He's hooking up with arginine over here, another arginine here, yet more arginine. Menage a trois. Oh man. I love doing this live, by the way. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, if you put my streams in perspective, I'm just sitting here talking in front of a computer to a webcam and like a wall of text. But it's fun, right? It's fun for the viewers involved. It's fun for me to kind of lead people along and have some fun while playing otherwise kind of mundane but still satisfying game. You get a lot out of it. What's this over here? Another arginine. We've got that group already here. The wall of text is enjoying it as well. I mean, just earlier, we were basically making sex jokes about freaking phenylalanine. The most possibly unsexy thing that you could probably think of normally. Things will happen. Things will happen. We human. What's going on in our Ramachandra mapping? What's this guy doing? Let's see. Where is he? He's down here. His glycine's a little bit bent. But he's in a good spot. What about you? Another glycine. Where is he? Still don't know what's going on with here. We'll go find that out another time unless someone in chat cares to backseat. Oh, he's right here. Okay. A little bit kinked in here. Phenylalanine Craigasm! What about you, buddy? Another glycine. Glycines are just like taking it, right? They're just like, okay, I got a hydrogen, just bend me how you want, buddy. That could be one of the skins. You just put like little faces on them. Just put googly eyes on them. Seriously, just like render the googly eyes and then just have them like rattle around with havoc physics. Bingo. You just put your game on Kotaku for that. This protein folding game puts like eyeballs on residues and makes them have their own personality because of friggin' googly eyes. That's an instant Kotaku article and just like, mega publicity. Gosh, I wish Syra was still here. This is where my commentary actually gets good. Hopefully someone over there will watch the VOD and kind of sift through this. Also, my confirmation went down. What's going on here? I probably accidentally dragged one random residue. Not a problem, we can fix it. Maybe possibly inadvertently get a higher score because of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on. Oh. Oh. Darn it. Rip. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you throw spaghetti at the wall, but... Whoop! Sup, time. Got to go enjoy the stream. Keep it coming. Alright, sounds good, Susume. Thanks for watching, as always. Actually, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm quite satisfied with this. Let me just let it finish wiggling, just in case. This is kind of what I did in my first streams, too. Just kind of nudge it a little bit and then just kind of re-wiggle it. I don't think we're going to get any mileage out of that, so let me restore best confirmation. Before I lose my voice, I'm out of water. Oh god. And let's move over into the post lab. So, what did we accomplish? I need to get the post lab thing set up first. There it is. This is what it looks like blank, but I usually set it up first in studio mode. Let's see here. No, not filters. I need to do the notes here. So our score was 9006. Rank. What's our rank? 21. Alright, excellent. Alright, cool. Alright, so now let's actually transition into our post lab here. So we did puzzle 1412. This is the first sketchbook puzzle, de novo freestyle, 105. Apparently this protein's structure was solved using crystallography, so I think I'm gonna go and check that out of my own curiosity now that I'm kind of done, ready to move on, you know, see what else is in life. We talked about a whole bunch of good commentary today on the state of Folded and a little bit on, like, you know, what could be done to improve, and had some fun along the way, you know? Just remember. Rama Sutra. Phenylalanine on phenylalanine action. That's the one takeaway from this stream today, obviously. But anyways, yeah, this is gonna do it for the stream today, and go ahead and follow me on Twitter, at Mr. Socrates. Use the hashtag FoldItFriday if you want to talk about the stream or what have you on social media. And follow me on Twitch to get notifications via Twitch when I go live. I do cross-promote myself in global chat, and also on my own Twitter when I go live. But, oh, there we go, there's a puzzle expiring there in the corner. But, yeah, Folder Friday will continue next week. I might do the same time. This is a very good time that works pretty well for me, for the most part, as so long as, like, I don't have any other obligations. So that's why I kind of try to keep my times open, just because, just as an amateur streamer, I don't really like to pressure myself too much for, you know, added stress that doesn't kind of really benefit me. So, anyways, with that out of the way, I think that's gonna do it. As always, the music is provided by ocremix.org, played through powered by ocr.rainwave.cc. And with that, this is our protein. I'm gonna go look up the structure real quick. I'm gonna go check out that video and also highlight this video on demand so that it doesn't get deleted in the future, because this could prove useful to the developers. But anyways, I've been Socrates, also known as Patrick. I think my hand wasn't in frame. There we go. See you guys later.